Hello again, fellow creators. Welcome back. Today, we are going to talk about something that every single one of us struggles with. It's about those incredible, shiny moments of inspiration and the actual science of how to stop them from just vanishing. Seriously, think about it. That perfect bit of dialogue that popped in your head in the shower. The wild plot twist that hit you while you were stuck in traffic. It felt so clear, right? So solid, so permanent. But then you sat down to actually write it and poof, it's just gone. Just a ghost of an idea. Sound familiar?
Yeah, I thought so. And let me just say, you are so not alone in this. This isn't some personal flaw. It's not a sign you have a bad memory. It's a universal frustration for pretty much anyone who tries to create anything. It's the curse of the disappearing idea.
So let's get into it. Let's play detective. Why do our best thoughts just vanish into thin air? It feels so random, almost like a dream that you can't quite hold on to. But what if we've been looking at this whole thing the wrong way? What if inspiration isn't, magic? Okay, stick with me here, because this is where it all starts to click into place. What if we could actually understand the mechanics of creativity? What if that flash of genius wasn't just some random bolt of lightning from the sky, but a predictable, even repeatable process happening inside our own brains? Well, it turns out we can. And our guide for this is something called the Expert Blueprint. Now, this isn't just one person's opinion. It's a framework built from decades of research into neurology and creativity. And it's our key to finally decoding the science of how those brilliant ideas are actually born. It stops treating creativity like an accident and starts treating it like a biological process we can actually work with. And this right here, this changes the whole game. An idea isn't something you just wait around for. It's something your brain does. It's a series of real physical events. Think of your brain like a giant city, and your thoughts are the electricity. Most of the time, that power just flows along the same old grid, your habits, your routines. But creative inspiration, that's when a brand new connection is forged between two parts of the city that were never linked before. It's a real thing, and just knowing that is the first step to harnessing it.
Okay, so let's get practical. The Expert Blueprint shows us that this whole process is powered by 4 core functions. Think of them as 4 engines, or maybe 4 different labs inside your brain, all working around the clock to generate your best ideas. They each have a very specific job, and understanding how they work together, well, that's the secret sauce.
All right, let's meet lab number 1, divergent thinking. This is your brain's wild child, the mad scientist who just loves to see what happens. This is the part of you that absolutely refuses to stay on the logical path. It'll take 2 completely random things, like, say, a toaster, ancient Egypt, and a banjo, and just smash them together to see what kind of cool explosion it makes. It's not about being right. It's about creating as many weird possibilities as it can.
Yep, divergent thinking is your what-if engine. What if that coffee cup was really the key to a rocket ship? It's the part of you that forges totally new pathways in your brain, creating connections that literally did not exist a second ago. This is where true originality comes from. And the blueprint gives us a cool tip here. You can actually kickstart this process. Try something called input stacking. Spend 20 minutes reading about deep-sea creatures, then watch a silent movie, then listen to jazz. You're basically flooding your brain with random stuff, forcing it to start building those weird new bridges. Now, for lab number 2, which is kind of the quiet genius of the group, memory consolidation. This is what your brain does when you're not thinking about your problem. You know that feeling? You've been staring at a blank page for hours, you give up, you go take a shower, and bam, the perfect solution just appears out of nowhere. That's not magic. That's this engine at work. This is your subconscious editor. The moment you stop trying to force it, you let other parts of your brain take over. It's like you're handing off a messy, rough draft to a brilliant editor who works in the background while you rest. It quietly organizes, cleans things up, and finds the connections you missed. It's the actual scientific reason for shower thoughts, and it's why sleeping on a problem really works. You are literally letting this powerful process take over, and it often delivers the answer to you in a flash when you wake up.
Lab number 3 is a master storyteller, pattern recognition. Look, the world is constantly throwing chaos at us, right? Random facts, bits of conversation, things we see online. Well, this engine is always scanning all that noise, and it's looking for a story. It's looking for a structure. It's the ancient part of our brain that helped our ancestors see tracks in the mud and know a lion was nearby. For us, it helps us see a story where everyone else just sees, well, a mess.
This is your personal storyteller, always running in the background. It's the part of you that connects 3 random news stories and finds the theme for your next book. It's what helps you connect the dots and see the plot that was hiding in plain sight the whole time. And you can get better at this. Try actively looking for patterns during your day. Ask yourself, what's the underlying story happening here? You'll be amazed at the narrative arcs you start to see everywhere.
And that brings us to our fourth and, honestly, maybe the most important lab, emotional resonance. This is where the heart of your work comes from. This engine takes all those weird ideas and all those cool patterns and connects them to you, your memories, your feelings, your life. It's what makes a story feel true, even if it's about aliens on Mars.
This is where that vague feeling of nostalgia you had suddenly becomes a powerful scene about a childhood memory. It's how your own personal heartbreak finds a voice in a character's dialogue. This is the engine of empathy. It's what transforms your private feelings into universal truths that actually connect with a reader. Without this, your work might be clever, but it won't be moving. It's why your story actually matters to somebody else.
So, just to recap, you've got these 4 amazing labs working for you 24/7. They're making new things, refining them, structuring them, and giving them a soul. Which brings us right back to the original mystery. If our brains are so good at making ideas, why are they so terrible at keeping them? And this, my friends, brings us to the most critical, most actionable part of the entire Expert Blueprint.
And here it is, the core warning, straight from the blueprint. Those moments of genius, it calls them fleeting neural events. They're like sparks, chemically unstable. And your brain? It's an efficiency machine. Its number one job is survival, not helping you finish your novel. So it creates this brilliant flash, this new connection. But if you don't reinforce it immediately, your brain just sweeps it away to save energy for more important things, like, breathing.
Let this number sink in for a second. An idea that you don't write down, its long-term survival rate is 0. Not low, not unlikely, 0. That neural pathway that created it is temporary by design. It's like you drew a beautiful, perfect line in the sand right at the ocean's edge. It's there, it's real, for a moment. But if you don't take a picture of it, the very next wave of thoughts is going to wash it away like it was never there. It will be lost, forever.
And that leads us to the most important point of all. A system for capturing your ideas isn't some cute, optional productivity hack. It is not a nice-to-have, it is non-negotiable, mission-critical equipment. It is the absolute difference between being a person who has ideas and a person who actually makes things. Without it, all that amazing work your brain is doing for you is just gone.
And the system itself can be dead simple. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, learn to recognize the spark. It's a feeling, right? A little jolt of excitement, a sudden clarity. Just notice it. Step 2, have your tool ready. Always. A cheap notebook, a notes app, a voice memo on your phone. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's always there. And step 3, the big one, write it down now. Not in a minute, not when you get home. Fight that little voice that says, oh, it's so good, I'll totally remember it. No, you won't. You have to capture it the second it appears.
Seriously, forget all the fancy software and expensive gear. Your simple, reliable, always-on-you capture system is the single most essential tool in your entire creative arsenal. It's the bridge. It is the only thing that lets that fragile little spark in your brain cross over into the real world, where it can actually become something.
Right now, as you're listening to this, your brain is running all 4 of those labs. It's connecting ideas, sorting through memories, seeing patterns, and tapping into your emotions. Your next great idea, maybe the whole thing, maybe just one perfect line, is already on its way. It could show up in the next 5 minutes. The only question is, when that spark flashes, are you going to be ready to catch it?